There is one place in the world that is the driest, and there is not even a single creature that can survive on it. But it is this place that has become a concern for many countries in the world. That place is Antarctica, an uninhabited, frozen continent, a continent that has become an interesting destination for scientists, explorers, and even conspiracy theorists who believe in the existence of aliens to other worlds behind the ice wall of Antarctica. If explored, we may find a lot of secrets that are hidden behind the ice sheet and the endless white scenery. Indeed, as far as the eye can see, what can be seen from Antarctica may only be ice mountains and white plains. However, do not misunderstand that this continent is only made up of ice floating in the vast oceans in the southern part of the Earth. Because actually, behind the super thick layer of ice, there is an area of an island 14 million square kilometers wide, which becomes Antarctica as the fifth largest continent in the world, after Asia, North America, South America, and Africa. Only this continent is covered with ice for thousands of years until the layer of ice becomes super thick, even reaching a depth of 4 kilometers with an average of 1.6 kilometers. With the thickness of the ice inside, finally Antarctica becomes an isolated area from the source of water. So there is no need to be surprised if this continent is not only mentioned as the driest place, but also as the only continent that cannot be a permanent residence for humans. In fact, no animals and plants are actually able to survive in Antarctica due to its extreme environmental conditions. But it is noted that so far there are still sea plants and crabs that can grow on the shores of Antarctica, and various species of marine animals have managed to build habitats on the edge of the continent. However, only on the edges and edges, so the middle part of Antarctica is empty, uninhabited. Of course, if compared to the North Pole, which still has the Eskimo tribe as its permanent inhabitants, we can now imagine how extreme the South Pole is, so that no one is willing to leave Antarctica permanently. National Geographic in its observation article states that the temperature in Antarctica can averagely reach -10 degrees Celsius to -30 degrees Celsius on a low level. It's nothing if we go to the top of the ice, which can reach a temperature of up to -60 degrees Celsius, a temperature that no longer penetrates the skin but may be able to freeze humans in a matter of minutes. However, although in extreme conditions and stated as an area that cannot be permanently left, but this area is still not quiet from human activity since the first exploration, which was carried out in the 1820s by several explorers from various countries. Indeed, at first, it was only for the sake of enticing the explorers and scientists who wanted to get a better education in the field of science and expeditions. But this ambition grew to conquer or even claim Antarctica. Until now, Antarctica remains an important place to conduct scientific research until finding secrets behind the thousands of years old layer of ice. Moreover, the continent of Antarctica is also referred to as the most influential area and important to observe the eclipse of the Earth. Some information in scientific articles state that the impact of global warming can be seen from the melting of ice in Antarctica, so that many Earthmen finally do research here. In addition, oceanographers, astronomers, and astrobiologists, however, see Antarctica as heaven for their research, because the sea and sky conditions in Antarctica are indeed very good to be a research site. Perhaps these things are one of the reasons why Antarctica has been, maybe even until now, a struggle for many countries who want to claim the continent in the southernmost part of the Earth. A struggle that triggered quite a long international incident and conflict. Initially, the conflict was triggered by countries trying to claim territorial territory in Antarctica. Even in the past, there was almost a war on this continent. Until finally, it was pacified with the sudden declaration of the tripartite navy that regulates so that other countries that conduct research and exploration in Antarctica do not send warships to this continent. Then, when the world held an international science event, which is called the International Geophysical Year, or will be called IGY, two countries that are also actively conducting research on Antarctica, namely Argentina and Chile, finally issued a statement that the research conducted in Antarctica by 12 participating countries does not mean giving territorial rights to those countries.